2000.
Thank you to my colleagues. Appreciate it.
Resolution number 2024-0033, awarding a total sum not to exceed $200,000 to the Village of Newburgh Heights for the purpose of the Enhanced Home Maintenance Grant Program from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Yes, Mayor.
Thank you. My name is Trevor Elkins. I am the mayor of Newburgh Heights. I appreciate the council's and the committee's consideration for this resolution as well as the next. This particular resolution has a genesis that's about 2 years old. When the potential initial allotment became available, Councilman Jones and I spoke, and this is one of the initial ideas that we developed as a possible grant opportunity. We view this in a very broad perspective in that we view public safety and public prosperity kind of more globally. And one of the things that we want to see with this particular grant is that Newburgh Heights has the second oldest housing stock in Cuyahoga County. And this allows us to, because we are a small community, this dollar amount actually will have a substantial impact. It will provide us the opportunity to impact 40 homes, which is a fairly high percentage of the overall number of residencies in the community. We are focusing these properties on owner-occupied homes. So it would be residents that live inside of their home. And we are a low to moderate income community. So the overall concept is the village would be contributing $1,000. The county would be contributing $5,000 per grant, and the homeowner themselves will be contributing $1,000. So the genesis for the idea came about because of the escalating costs of renovations and home maintenance triggered by the COVID pandemic. As some of you may remember the stories about, 2x4s were, going for $18 a piece, that kind of thing. So we saw what we witnessed was property owners were priced out of the opportunity to put new roofs on their homes, to upgrade their, HVAC systems, to ensure that they had well-maintained property. So that was the genesis for this idea, and we are asking for your approval, and I'm happy to answer questions about how the program would work and why we think it would be an effective use of the county's resources.
Mayor, good afternoon. Good to see you.
You as
at
well.
the podium. So is this, did you create the program within the Newburgh Heights itself?
So we actually have an existing program that's a smaller scale. We have an ongoing program that I created in 2017, I think was the year, where the homeowner would contribute $1,000, the village would contribute $1,000 for smaller projects. For example, I need new front doors or new side door. I need new decking. It allowed the homeowner to get something. This idea came about because we wanted to provide an opportunity for broader renovation projects that would upgrade and uplift the overall quality of the housing in the community, creating an actual return in the long run, because as you upgrade the properties, you increase the value of the property, which allows us to plow more resources into the community from public safety, maintenance, and that kind of perspective. So it's a cyclical effect that we hope grows. So we modeled this program, this expanded, what we call an advanced home maintenance program, after the one that already currently exists.
So the village is going to administer it?
That's correct.
Internally?
Yes, that's correct.
Is that your housing department? Who does that?
Yes, the housing department does.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, to the mayor, any age limit,
No,
any income level cap?
no.
So how do you determine, is there an application process? How do you determine the equitability of the program?
So the housing department evaluates the program, the applications come in, and because we want to be across the board fair. We're opening it up to all homeowners that live and reside in the community. The idea is 20 per year. So it's a 2-year program, 20 in the first year, 20 in the second year. And essentially it will be a first come, first serve. Council will have the ultimate granting authority and approval on the process.
Final question to the chair, to the mayor. Tax. Is this outside of if they owe property taxes or anything like that? Do you have any criteria around that?
Yeah, so our current home maintenance grant that we have, that's the smaller version, requires the property owner to be up to date on their taxes. As well as make sure that they're pulling all permits that are required and their contractors are registered and certified with the state of Ohio.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good to see you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Like you say, we've been working on this for quite some time. I'm excited for Newburgh Heights and the opportunity to, again, enrich the housing stock in this community, as well as the safety forces as well. So you certainly have my support.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to add my name.
Further questions?
You can add my name, too.
Okay, if everybody's in order, I'll accept a motion for Resolution 2024-0033 to the full council for second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Further
Excuse me,
discussion?
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, Council President is not a member.
So moved.
I got excited there, Trevor.
Well, thank you for the enthusiasm.
All right.
Good? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Thank you. Stay where you're at, Mayor.
Yep, I'm not
Resolution
moving.
2024-0034.
Resolution number 2024-0034, awarding a total sum not to exceed $200,000 to the Village of Newburgh Heights for the purpose of funding safety forces from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Okay, so this kind of dovetails with the initial grant request, in that so the housing maintenance grant is designed to address both the immediate need for community improvement, whereas we all know that we're struggling with a recruiting issue and a employment issue where we see our safety forces bouncing from community to community. Newburgh Heights is a smaller community. We have although it's a competitive budget as it relates to the employee payment of police and firemen, we can't compete with some of the wealthier, bigger communities in Cuyahoga County, and the region for that matter. In fact, I just recall reading a story here not long ago where the city of Columbus sent a recruiting mission up here and siphoned off a number of Cleveland's police officers to go to transfer to Columbus. We're experiencing the same issue in Newburgh Heights as all the smaller communities in this county are. This would allow us to maintain our staffing levels. Prior to COVID, we were able to maintain 3 police officers per shift. We're struggling at this time to maintain 2. And we are, because of where we're positioned in the dead center of the county, we're a transient community where we see a lot of traffic, and 1 police officer just isn't safe for our community. So these funds would allow us to maintain the staffing that we need to maintain of at least 2 police officers. We have the same exact issue post-COVID with our fire department, where we went from 3 and 4 firemen on duty, and we're able to provide mutual aid to our neighboring communities, Cleveland, Cuyahoga Heights, Valley View, Brooklyn Heights, Independence. Now our staffing levels are such that we're struggling to maintain 2 officers and 2 firemen and 3 firemen per shift now, and we rely largely on mutual aid. So if there's an issue where our squad is, assisting a resident for a heart attack, for example, and then there's another call, say, for example, a crash on 77, we can't respond. We just don't have the resources, the manpower to do it. This grant would allow us to maintain that staffing of 3 firemen per shift, 2 or 3 firemen per shift to meet our basic needs. And then hopefully grow from there to we can get back to 4 firemen per shift.
I have a question. Can I ask now? So
Yeah, no.
are you aware that apparently our sheriff department has a unit that's helping the city of Cleveland with their police needs? Did you know that that exists?
I was not aware of that, but I was aware that the sheriff's department does assist multiple communities throughout the county.
It's more than the impact unit. So I guess after we're offline, if you could maybe meet with the sheriff to see if you could first get some assistance from them. And I'm just going to suggest that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you.
And secondly, so this is a stopgap measure essentially to help you backstop your budget to maintain. And then what would change once this grant runs out?
Yeah, so what we experienced was an impact as it related to a change, in addition to the COVID challenge of escalating salaries to maintain staffing. What we experienced is a Supreme Court decision that impacted the village's camera and photo enforcement program. Those issues, transferring most of the responsibility for adjudication of that directly to the municipal court, that created a significant lag in our ability to maintain staffing. That issue with the court has been worked out. However, it's generally about 6 to 9, maybe even 12 months lag time before that process is ironed out, worked out, and the issue is worked. So this would give us that bridge to get to that point. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mayor. I'm looking at the total budget of the project. It says payroll and benefits of 1.25 police officers.
Right.
And 1.25 firefighters. So that's either going to be one really large duty belt or one with a really small duty belt, right? So when we look at this, but can you explain exactly what that means? Because I'm not catching on.
Yeah, so it's the salary of the employee plus the employee's benefits, pension, health care, and then because of our staffing levels, would include overtime work.
Thank you. What is the pay for first-class patrolman, say?
Brand new employee out of the academy, we start at $24 an hour. A lateral transfer, we start with 3 years experience, we start at $28 an hour.
How many people do you have total right now?
So we're down to, in the police department, we're down to 10. Couple of those are bailiffs, but they do cover the road occasionally. And we're down to 11, I think, in the fire department.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Just if I may, ask the mayor to make sure our staff has his information if he's unable to stay for the sheriff's presentation, which is actually going to address the need of the city of Cleveland. But I also, if you don't want to stay, give your information to our staff to make sure that the sheriff's office can connect with you, because obviously Newburgh's in need.
Sure, of course.
Thank you.
What time is it? What time is it? I have
It's
children to pick up from Cleveland School District.
1:36.
Oh, I can stay. Thank you.
Or just give your information to the staff. I don't want to pressure you into a presentation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
And this is taped, so you can watch it if you can't
Perfect.
stay.
That's true.
Great. Thank you.
Anything further? If everything's in order, I'll accept a motion for Resolution 2024-0034, the full council for second reading.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Against? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Appreciate
Good
it.
luck.